Hello, hello. Welcome back to Strategic Timeout. It's been a while. How's it going, Shubham? One day to go.
Yeah,
The
super
high.
excited यार. I've been just thinking about this for a week, especially being RCB यार. पूरा टीम ही बनाना है.
हाँ यार, तुम
Yeah,
लोग के तो और एक्साइटिंग है। हमारे लिए
very very.
एक्साइटिंग तो कम है मुंबई के लिए, लेकिन ठीक है, टीम तो बढ़िया सेट लग रहा
Yeah, you have a better team. We'll have a more fun auction, I would say.
है। Yeah. ठीक है, तो एनीवे आई लाइक शुभम एंड आई वर काफी डिस्कस कर रहे थे, तो वी थॉट विल पुट टुगेदर आवर थॉट्स अराउंड marquee players 1 and 2 and figure try and like predict कि कौन सा टीम किस प्लेयर के लिए जाएगा और कितने प्राइस तक जा सकते हैं. That is the intention of the video. um, so yeah, I think सीधा करते हैं. Anything else?
Yeah. नहीं, I think this is fun. Marquee set is always like I think the main draw of auction, and we have been debating a lot, so we'd like to get viewer के भी thoughts. So yeah, I think we can start with I think Butler, which is our first name in the list. Super exciting. Surprisingly left by RR. Not so surprising considering they're betting big on the future and sort of lower order, which is thoda zyada difficult commodity, right? Like keeping Hetmeyer. And so they decided to let go of Butler. But yeah, I think one of the biggest overseas draw, Vishnu. That's what I feel. What do you think?
100%, 100%. I
Yeah.
think just like he's a brand, right? And IPL में इतना अच्छा he's been, I think last कितना 5-6 साल से so consistent. But yeah, I think only thing is price kitna. Like I have a feeling like if you just think about opening wicket keepers, Salt hai, Quinton de Kock hai, Bairstow hai, um, Rickleton hai, और भी है I think काफी.
English भी you can consider as
हाँ,
he can also potentially open. Captain है अभी. Hmm.
देयर आर वेरी गुड ऑप्शंस. तो मेरे को ऐसे लग रहा है कि बटलर माइट फेस उसका इम्पैक्ट कि लाइक लॉट ऑफ प्लेयर्स माइट हैव अ लोअर लाइक नंबर इन माइंड कि ठीक है इसमें मिला तो मिला, या तो और भी ऑप्शन है उनके लिए जा सकते हैं. व्हाट डू यू थिंक? क्योंकि एज इज आल्सो नॉट ऑन हिज साइड, राइट? एंड आई थिंक
No, I think that. Hmm.
लास्ट ईयर
No,
ही.
no, I think the advantage I think with Butler is again marquee set and set one, right? Like people trying to sort of get there. But as you rightly said, keeper options बहुत है and like जैसे मतलब Mumbai, right? Like Mumbai, you can clearly see that they require that wicket keeper opener, but they don't have that much money. So
Yeah.
as you pointed out, कि they will not go beyond a certain threshold. They'll not go overboard. So who do you think will can go potentially overboard? Are teams emerging that you see potentially going overboard for Butler? Punjab maybe. I see.
Yeah. आई थिंक एक और बड़ा फैक्टर है ऑब्वियसली मार्की सेट वन में दे कैन कम इन एनी ऑर्डर, राइट?
Hmm.
बटलर कम्स बिफोर पंत एंड अय्यर. Your teams like Punjab may not go as big because they'll have it in their mind कि पता नहीं पंत
Pant को तो.
कितने में मिलेगा क्या है. So again,
Hmm.
that is a big defining factor. But I think let's assume कि वो पहला, he's the first name. Then
Okay.
I think, yeah, like I think boy, like Punjab might not go as crazy as you would think. But I think like this slot, like pretty much all teams need this slot, right? Except maybe like a couple. I don't think Butler would go to an SRH, for example, right? They're already loaded with foreigners.
Correct.
Probably won't go to
RR I don't see going again for Butler beyond a point.
why not though? They need
They
a
already they
they
have
need
41 crores and they are looking to build an entire bowling attack, right? मतलब
a,
उनका अभी and auction is so unpredictable कि मतलब we can't say right now कि bowlers का range कहाँ पर define होगा. So if that threshold becomes around 10 to 12 crores for the good bowlers, then RR will be seriously short of funds. So I don't see them. Well, I don't see Butler going for less than 10 year. Come on. Matlab, I still see definitely you have bids from Punjab, you'll have bids from DC, GT, LSG. I see every one of them being interested till the 10 mark. As you rightly said, SRH, I don't see competing. I don't
आरसीबी का
see
नाम
a
क्यों
case.
नहीं लिया?
आरसीबी का नाम again, I still feel there's a possibility he comes to RCB also. Like there is definitely RCB is going to bid, but I just feel that RCB is going to form their wicket-keeper batsmen around the Indian core with Pant and Rahul. That is a very big possibility. And if not, I see them middle order maybe trying to go for someone like a Jitesh uh,
तो आई
as
थिंक
as
तो वही
keeper
ना, फिर
option.
बटलर इफ वी टॉक अबाउट, फिर वैसे सोचते हैं ना कि
ठीक
किंग्स
है.
11 आर गोना बी सेट ऑन पंत. आई थिंक वी अग्री, द वर्ल्ड अग्रीज राइट कि
Right.
unless there is some background में कि जमा नहीं है पॉन्टिंग के या कुछ भी, but otherwise it's
Hmm.
very likely कि he goes. And RCB, to your point, look set on Rahul pretty much. So that
Right.
way, then for Butler, maybe both of them go light, and it's maybe an LSG, right? Who don't have an opener, they don't have experience also, right? Like they've retained Mayank, Mohsin, Bishnoi, Badoni. Um, only Puran is like experienced. So I mean, obviously, thoda like two keepers. So I don't know whether they'll think that way, but I mean, Puran is a good fielder anyway. So
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, your last four teams, right, in the list that we have LSG, GT, DC, Punjab. I see Butler landing up in this as we see, right? These are the ones with maximum purse. They'll be fine with going big on a foreign player, still having funds for building that Indian core and sort of the other places. So
yeah,
they are the ones who can still go touch that 10 mark for Butler. I don't see the teams, maybe another RCB, right? Like RCB also, I'm not totally ruling them out because again the power of the purse,
uh,
right? And as you said, Butler comes out first, big player. I see them not having a problem till 10. It is above 10 where I think we see Butler sort of again that
like मेरे को
dynamics
लग
coming
रहा
in
है
where
काफी strong possibility of Delhi. Very, very strong. The
Hmm.
more I look at it, like GT has their
I feel
opening
GT
threat.
actually because DC I feel will still want one of the Iyer, Pant and or Rahul to come in. And whereas GT has a captain in Gill already.
Yeah.
So
So what do you think of Iyer? Chalo, Butler, let's like
let's hold to Butler. Yeah, I think.
yeah, like GT slash DC, right? We'll come
Yeah,
to it, but and what price? Like yeah, 10 again, I think it's obviously very like auction dynamics are auction dynamics, but if he comes first, I think he goes for less than 15, but
yeah.
yeah, I think like 13, 14.
Yes, yes. I also feel it'll be around that 13, 14 mark.
Yeah.
12 to 14, I would say. Yeah.
So let's come to now to two of the big dogs of the auction, right? And maybe
Yeah,
we can talk of the three big dogs parallelly, right? Get Rahul into the mix. Um, all eyes on these three, right, in the auction. And I think it's clear that Punjab's going to get one, go big on one,
for sure.
likely fun.
Maybe more.
You mean like two out of the three, Punjab?
Never know. Because see, they have 110, right? Like they have a 27 crore sort of a lead over the next best. And what are you saying for Pant? I think let's start with Pant, yaar. Come on. I think he's going to be the biggest draw in the auction. We agree that sort of he goes to a Punjab.
Yeah.
And
Both, both. Yeah.
right. So that'll be, I think, what's your number? I have been saying it's around 23, 24. I think you believe it'll be a bit more, right?
I think it will be. Like it's just all factors, right? Young, like charismatic, captain material, like brand, obviously, a lot of things. Plus, I think teams will fight for him. Like sometimes a player may not go too high when there's not much competition, right? But a lot of teams are gonna go for him for sure. So no one's gonna let him be. So I think like teams will have 25 in their mind.
Yeah. And that's what I was coming to, right? Like Punjab, once if you remove that 20, say we are going with 25, right, as the number for Pant. So even if you remove 25 from their purse, they have 85 crores. They have three players, 85, which is like RCB, right? So now they are at exactly the same position while going for a player like Rahul or Shreyas Iyer, correct? So that way, I feel Punjab is going to sort of really bully in this mark, especially these three
I don't know
players.
why. I have a feeling Punjab will go for one, and then
Okay.
they'll go big on three, four of like your Venki Ayers and those sort of people, right? Rather than go for these three, because I think once they have one of them, they have their captain set, right?
Hmm.
And then instead of splurging, maybe it makes sense. But I mean, that's just me thinking. I don't know if they'll
No,
actually.
no, no. I think it's fair enough. But it'll actually depend on your value, like especially for Rahul, right? I think how your marquee set one plays out. Like if all the players, if purses are sort of getting emptied quickly, then I see Punjab might be still goes for another player. But if people are being sort of more frugal, holding on to money, तो मुझे लग रहा है फिर पंजाब शायद what you are saying comes in, right? कि
Because there's one more consideration, right? Punjab
hmm,
are gonna RTM Arshdeep. Very, very,
hmm,
very likely, right? So, and
that's right.
उनके दिमाग में वो होगा ही कि इसका तो जाएगा ही 15 minimum, maybe
Correct.
18 or anywhere there, right? So they will RTM him. I mean, I'm sure
Hmm.
they're looking to. They have no bowler right now.
Four
He's not
RTMs.
there. He's
Yeah.
yeah, like he's a face of Punjab pretty much right now, right? In a way. So I think वो होगा कि what like do you think he'll hit 18?
Yeah, I think he will. Matlab, personally, Arshdeep, with the form he's been shown recently, also, right? Became India's what now he's like the highest wicket taker or very close to Bumrah, I think, right? Now, and he's what? He's like less than 25. He's young. He's been consistent in IPL. Like he's been one of the top contenders for even your purple cap season on season. Though Arshdeep has a tendency to get hit sometimes, depending on if the pitch is not very supportive. But considering playing at Punjab, friendly for last year was an abnormally where spinners sort of did well. Otherwise, Punjab is known for your pace sort of being the more likely option. So I don't see him going for less than 18 because people will know Punjab will go till 18 because
Exactly.
they did not retain him saying कि वो 18 करोड़ हमें क्यों देना है कम में मिल जाएगा तो teams know this at back of their mind. So 18 I'm guessing bid उसका 15 पे close होगा. The team will be
RTM.
asked how RTM and that moment they will say 18 and that's how I see Arshdeep going for 18 to Punjab. But yes,
So,
Punjab at 18 will retain Arshdeep.
so then that's what, right? Then Iyer and
You're right.
will sort of go out of the window for Punjab.
True, true,
So,
true.
okay, we are confident about this. So now let's go back to Iyer and Rahul, right? So I think
Hmm.
that kind of clears the path a little um, for Delhi and RCB, right? Lekin, so Delhi, Iyer, RCB, Rahul, right? I think we're kind of aligned on that. But what do you think of who's gonna like compete with these folks? Like
Yeah.
Mumbai, CSK, KKR, I think all of the three. Although there's a lot of rumors like with Pant and CSK. I don't know what that's about, but
हाँ,
I'd be
मतलब
very
I
surprised.
think that's more like CSK putting something in the market to make others not see that way. That's not happening here. Come on, 55 crores, not going less than 25, 24, 25, right? So, and CSK, we know from past record, are very, very sharp at these auctions. They build a team, they build a core. आपका नंबर 8 नंबर 9 भी आके मार रहा है एज यू सी धोनी राइट वेयर वी हैव प्लेस्ड हिम एट नंबर 8. So yeah, so I think they will not go overboard on Pant. I don't see that happening. And plus Chidambaram is not like that sort of where you require like your consistently 220 scores. And you have an hitter in Dubey. They have sort of shown faith, retained him for a high value. So I don't see it happening. Coming back to your point on Iyer, I think the dynamics will be if Lucknow and DC for Iyer. I feel this will be the true battle because both of them, like LSG has a backup captain in Puran, DC doesn't, right?
See that.
So DC and LSG, I feel, are going to compete for Iyer. If LSG sort of are able to get in Iyer at that number 3 spot, right? Then I see the battle for Rahul becoming very intense between DC and RCB because then both of them require a captain. and it gets really intense. However, if DC get in your Iyer, then I don't see LSG going for Rahul, right? Because of obviously the history with Goenka coming out and making a statement. Like I don't think so that relationship is. So RCB that way will have a more sort of a free pass at Rahul. So that Iyer's auction in Marquee set one is, according to me, going to be the most critical factor for KL's price.
Yeah.
What do you think? है ना मतलब I feel that will become a very very critical thing.
But I have a strong feeling like DC will go wherever required for a year.
A year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because it's, I mean, like, kind of like he did well with them, took them to a final, knows the system there. So it's just easy. Kind of slots in well in their team also, right? Like they're not having to sacrifice anything. So I think he's a pretty good fit. Um,
Yeah. And I think Punjab will compete depending on if, as you said, Arshdeep has come out before or not, right? Then their purse will.
but they'll
Otherwise,
have
it'll.
it in their mind, right? Like Punjab, like because I'll be
नहीं,
very
but कुछ
surprised.
amount तक तो bid करेंगे ना. You expect them to go
Yeah,
till a 10 or something, right? Still.
but
Where do
Ayer's
you see a year
price is,
ending?
yeah, his price is interesting, right? Like even in
Yeah.
sort of like mock auctions and everything, he's just not going high. Winning captain from last year, who's Indian, is good. He's like good batsman. I'll be very surprised if he goes at like 10 also. Like I would think he'd go for 15, but
15. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I again feel, I think, matlab, it's an advantage to Iyer. He's in set one, comes out early, everyone has wallets.
yeah.
You see a price going till 15. Otherwise, if he's coming in the middle, I don't see him going beyond 13. Yeah, matlab, I feel 12 to 13 because he has lost his team, he's lost his place in the T20 team as well.
Hmm.
Winning captain, a lot of credit went to Gambhir. So even that way, his PR couldn't sort of build that thing for a year, which they should have. It's a big sort of mistake by his PR, I would say. He should have been in, like how we are saying Pant 25, right? Like why are we saying Pant is never proven in T20? It's the PR, it's the impact he has created since his comeback to international cricket. That's what is creating that aura for Pant. Whereas Iyer, yeah, I'd say 13 and DCLSG.
Yeah. Cool. I think we have a good idea. Maybe like let's think through the other marquee, and that'll kind of give us a good base to go back and then see if that changes our thought, right? Like
Yeah.
in a sense, because I think yeah, this kind of makes sense. Like DC, LSG, RCB, and Punjab kind of dominating this part of the auction. Um, but what about the rest, right? Like there are some amazing.
Bowlers, I think we should go for bowlers. Yeah, two overseas, and I see a Siraj and Shami, right? This will be very interesting. The four bowlers, the four pacers.
Which of the
Uh,
four do you think will go the biggest? I think Siraj probably is lowest, but what about the other?
As an RCB fan, I have to say I agree. But yes, I think Siraj goes the lowest. Sadly, not been able to prove, played most of his matches at Chinnaswamy, not a great place for bowlers. I think Siraj would have done much better in place like say Jaipur, right? Like, and I do see RR bidding for Siraj
Yeah,
because he's still a consistent Indian player. Uh, might go be the lowest, might be a easy sort of a steal for RR considering how their ground conditions are, might be a great performer also. So I do see RR bidding for him. I do see Gujarat maybe bidding for Siraj, but again, it will be low. I think I don't see him going beyond 8, 9 sort of
yeah.
a thing.
I also think 7, 8.
What do you
So
think about Shami?
yeah, like Shami as I don't. I feel like GT will RTM him. Um, just because he's been good for them. They need him. They have the RTM. Like who else can they RTM? I can't even think of any other cap player there.
Miller, they have Miller.
Yeah, it's gonna be between Miller and Shami for sure.
Do you see them utilizing it in set one, right? Like I also don't see them. sort of going. They bought a player like a Spencer. They have already retained their big sort of names, Gill, Rashid. So and Gujarat obviously lost Pandya last year. We saw how it affected. So I think Miller is going to be critical for them because that middle order he has played for Gujarat. Do they keep that retention for Miller? Or they go big for a new player, right? Like a Maxwell or a Stoinis coming on later. So that will depend how they are thinking. But I also feel that again it will be very very critical on who comes out first in that set, Shami or Miller, right?
Yeah.
If Miller is coming out and he's going for a 4-5 crores, then I maybe Gujarat is tempted to sort of do an RTM.
4-5 crores on who? Shami?
Miller.
Butler. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Like,
saying if
Shami,
that is
will Shami go for 10 plus? I would think so.
yes. I think he's come back, had a good domestic match first up, uh, put on some weight. But I think 4 overs के लिए तो यार Shami is Shami. So one more cycle, this cycle, I think he goes for, I say he'll go for around 13, 14. That's what I think.
Right. So,
Uh,
and I
and
think I have
RTM,
a strong feeling GT will go for him just because of that, right? What you said. Miller, yeah, of course, he's been crazy for them. But they have options. But fast bowlers, like,
hmm,
who's even there, right? And they need, like, they don't have bowlers right now, apart from Rashid. So I
makes
think
sense.
they're like RTN. What about Stark? Most expensive player. Will he again hit 15 plus?
Stark is always Stark, right? Like we always think that अरे Stark तो बहुत पिटता है, and he comes auction after auction and he just surprises us, right? Like last year, I remember when he was at 20 plus, we were having those WhatsApp chats कि क्या चल रहा है भाई, मतलब आरसीबी पागल हो गई है क्या, and
और
like
फिर
that was
टूटा भी
nuts, right?
अभी उसको पीटा लेकिन सेमी एंड फाइनल जिताया है तो
जिता दिया उसने
big
फिर.
thing. Yeah,
Exactly. 15 यार, I don't see him, like I think he'll hit the 14, 15. What do you think?
I think so. And I have a very strong feeling Mumbai will go big for him. Uh,
Hmm.
just because um, that is a slot for sure. I mean, I don't know how big. Maybe, yeah, depends. Like who else? Right? Maybe I think everyone needs a
I
pot.
think everyone needs. I think Mitchell Stark, if he comes out, I see like everyone jumping on him. KKR will also try. I feel like
So that's the
KKR
thing,
will
right?
try.
He's like being in Marquee one as the fast bowler with Rabada. Like
Hmm.
both can go quite big, right? Because everyone's gonna have their eyes on both. Both are insane bowlers and like the best in the business. So yeah, and
Do
Stark.
you see Rabada being RTM'd by Punjab? 4 RTMs. We have used one for Arshdeep. They still have the bowlers completely empty, right? Do you see Rabada being RTM'd by PK?
Yeah, for sure. But I think they'll have a low hype, like low RTM price. I mean, I don't think they'll do it if it's more than 13, 14. I think. I don't know. Because
Hmm.
he wasn't great last year, right? He was not.
He got dropped also, I think,
He got
a
dropped
few
out for a
games.
while. So like,
Hmm.
and they're gonna obviously spend 40 crores on Pant and Arshdeep in that first set. So they're gonna like be a little, cautious.
Hmm.
I don't because again, if you think of their RTMs, I think Arshdeep is a must. I think Livingstone is gonna be a must. So
Hmm.
and again, like say Livingstone, right? That means they're spending like 50, 60 crores on like just the first 12 players. So I think that there'll be some hesitation to go all in on Rabada also. Then.
Okay, then maybe we can do something like an elimination, right? See, I don't see both Rabada and Stark ending up at SRH. We can rule them out. We can rule SRH out, I think, in all
Three
foreign
foreign
buys.
players, yeah. No, but like if you historically SRH is crazy, right? It's like okay, and they'll suddenly they're just bidding on like every foreigner, and you're like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, that's true. But I think, yeah, matlab, they have just Nitish and Abhishek and 45 crores. Indian players, as we know, is like a very, very sort of a hot commodity, right? Especially in the mega auction, building a core for 3 years. I don't see them going that fourth overseas spot also big, right? They've already gone big on Head
Yeah,
14, Klassen 23, Cummins 18, right? That's crazy, man. That's like 45 crores, sorry, 55 crores on three overseas.
yeah, yeah.
So
I don't know if
I feel,
RCB also will make that
hmm,
move again. Like, I don't know how if they're gonna go for those big bowlers. I think that's something that's bitten them many times. I
I
don't
don't
think.
think so. Matlab, with the Chinna, right? Like, I don't see a Starc or a Rabada like being worth for 15. They like
Like,
someone like a swing bowler, right? Like your upfront four. Matlab, Yash Dayal, thoda death ka they have tried to see ki, okay, give him some backing on death. So they look for that one death bowler. But again, as you said, right? I see them going big on batting. That's been typically RCB. Going big on your batting, going big on your all-rounders. Bowlers, maybe they go for someone who can like genuinely a swinger of the ball. Stark जितना तेज डालेगा चिन्ना में उतना ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है अकॉर्डिंग टू मी राइट सो
that I don't think they'll
सेम
go.
विथ रबाडा ऑल्सो सो आई डोंट सी आरसीबी गोइंग फॉर आइदर ऑफ देम टू बी ऑनेस्ट
So then where do you think they'll end up?
यार जीटी कंडीशंस शमी का पार्टनर बन सकता है शमी स्टार्क आई फील स्टार्क एंड शमी विल बी अ वेरी गुड कॉम्बिनेशन एट अहमदाबाद सो आई थिंक जीटी माइट ट्राई फॉर दैट आई डू सी हिम पॉसिबली एट डीसी ऑल्सो जीटी डीसी एलएसजी ऑब्वियसली हैव देयर bowlers आई थिंक फिक्स नॉट गोइंग टू स्पेंड बैटिंग उनका कमजोर है yeah I think it's Mumbai GT DC which I feel uh, yeah, possibly. And KKR obviously will go till a limit, will go till a 10 or something. Maybe not beyond that. So yeah, DC, GT and Mumbai, man. What do you feel?
Yeah,
Tough. I think इन तीनों में ये दो bowlers जाएंगे.
yeah.
Rabada and Stark. That's
And
what I feel.
Punjab also. I think Punjab, if you can throw their name in the hat at any player, but uh, maybe they'll go for one of them, right? For Rabada.
But as you were saying, right, Livingstone, Arshdeep, and Pant, three big players in the marquee set. Do they go for a fourth?
How big
And
do you think Livingston will go? It's a very
Livingston, yeah, he's a good commodity, right? He bowls off spin to a lefty, leg spin to a righty.
for anything.
He can hit. He can come as one down. He can come as four down, five down. He's just built himself as a big T20 player. Uh,
I would say
all
I would be surprised if he goes less than 15. Very, very surprised.
But now if I see the list, all our predictions except sadly our DSP Siraj is going about 13, right?
That is,
But
but
typically, do you see that happening? Maybe we can
no,
adjust some.
yeah,
I don't see every player going that
yeah, no,
high.
that's true. That's true. Even Rabada, to be very honest, like I feel 13 is high. I have a feeling
Hmm.
go for like I wouldn't be very
Maybe.
surprised if he goes for like 9.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I also feel maybe we can do Rabada 9-10. Just take a punt there. Uh, Stark will go for 15 past history. I don't think so. I'm going to back out on that. Arshdeep also 18. I'm just saying because of how people want to play Punjab.
Yeah,
That is why I'm calling it out high. Yeah, I think rest is fine. I think Livingston, yeah, 12 to 13.
yeah,
Miller, I think might be the lowest in the set.
yeah.
Uh,
Which is sad, but
which
that's
is sad, but I think the age
yeah.
is also now catching up.
I don't think he's that old. I think he's
Isn't he? I think he's
34.
35, 36.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah, I think so. And Miller has been playing forever, right? I remember college days, the killer Miller innings, being an RCB supporter, how can I forget? So yeah, it still hurts. I remember him young days. Now he's 35, I just checked. So yeah, so last cycle for him, definitely
Rahul hits 20.
Rahul hits 20. This is I think going to be
Very dynamic.
Very, very
And
dynamic.
good
I
team.
I feel, as I was telling you, right? Like if DC is getting your Iyer, Punjab is getting your and LSG is not going to compete with RCB.
Yeah,
GT wouldn't want a competitor for Gill for captaincy, right? So kaun bacha? RCB, right? So RCB is going to be there, and the others are just going to bid till 10, 12. So RCB might get Rahul for as low as 14, 15 also.
yeah,
If if DC goes for a year and Pant goes to Punjab, RCB might get a steal in Rahul for 15.
yeah.
But अगर LSG चला गया and DC RCB are competing, he can go till 20 year, maybe beyond also.
You can.
So that's, I think, set one ka dynamics will be very critical.
Yeah. And then one last player, always a little
I'm not going to say
under the
anything on him.
radar.
Very close
I have a
and
strong feeling we both will, our teams are going to fight for him, man. I'm pretty sure like Mumbai has learned that, like spin has been a weakness for them. And they're going to look at addressing that, right?
hmm.
So I actually, honestly, like I want to take MI out of this equation. And I have a feeling in like the first two sets, they go big on like Chahal and maybe a Livingstone, is what I would think.
Hmm.
Uh, just because Mumbai
Makes sense.
always, like last 5, 6 years, they've really struggled with spin. I mean, obviously Chawla is there, but uh, yeah, I have a feeling like Mumbai might.
Yeah, but do you think like all these teams, right? Like RR, SRH, MI, with their low sort of budgets, like 40s में है ये लोग. Do you see them marquee set में any going above 10? I don't see. Like
Yeah.
RR also, I'm calling out Siraj just
No,
because
I
I'm
think
saying 8
Mumbai,
figure.
see, if you think about it, 45 crore, okay? They're like five Indians are set. They need four foreigners. Um, who like you can, I think, with just like if you look through the list, right? Like the auction list, and you look at like overseas, it's ridiculous the number of options there are. Um, and I think it'll be a little like clear. Like I think Mumbai will have 15 crores for one Indian, for one good
Hmm.
Indian, and same with the other teams, right? I think they can go that big because if you think about it, yeah, one Indian, and then they still have 30 crores, right, uh, for the rest. So I think it's worth going for one big player. I would think.
That's
But do
true,
you
I
think
think. I
Chahal will
think,
even go to 15? I don't think so.
I don't think so. 15 तो नहीं जाएगा. I don't see him going for 15.
I think it'll be more
I
10 to
think
12.
12, 10 to 12 at best, yes. And Mumbai, you are right. Yeah, very valid point. Yeah, कि मतलब you have built that core Indian and the overseas are typically cheaper, right? Like specific, especially. But don't you see Mumbai going for one big overseas name? Like that is something typically one, like Mumbai is never known for making a
Yeah, I
titsy
think
bitsy type of
yeah.
team, na?
No, they will do it.
For
I have a
overseas.
feeling for this slot, right? This number 5 or 6,
Hmm.
whatever. Like Tim David upgrade, hopefully. Like your stock
Stoinis,
and
Maxwell.
Maxwell
Hmm.
kind of. I think that's the one big. I think two. Hopefully, I have a feeling they'll be smart about two. Just going by what we said, right? You have Butler, Salt, Trickleton, Bairstow, so they'll try and go cheap there and try and go
Correct.
big on the other four. Same with bowlers. Like I think there's crazy options in bowling. Like you I think there's potential to get a steal like a Andre Burger for like a 4, 5 crore, right? I think they'll go for that. So that just leaves that middle role, which is obviously the big role. Like you see the money class in Puran and all that. But anyway, I think
Yeah,
we're out
I
of
think Chahal.
time. So
Okay.
yeah, let's call it. We'll discuss Marquee 3, 4, whatever the next set, and we can like always come back to this.
Yeah.
Good discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Let us know your thoughts. Thank you.